Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنِّي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِنْ لِسَانِي يَفْقَهُوا قَوْلِي. My dear participants, I welcome all of you with the Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, for the next 45 minutes, or as time permits us, I'll be speaking on the subject which we missed and we could not complete yesterday, on introduction to the Dawah training program. And after that, inshallah, we'll continue with the techniques of giving references and then have a break, or if time permits, we'll have the revision of the 25 surahs, names and meanings. If time doesn't permit, we'll have it after the Maghrib Salah, and then after that we'll have revision of the Quranic verses, inshallah. Because tomorrow is a holiday, not a resting holiday, a training holiday, more of homework and revision, inshallah. We can afford to extend today without causing loss tomorrow, inshallah. How did this training program come to my mind? As many of you may be aware, that I was inspired to become a Da'i by none other than late Sheikh Ahmad Didat, Rahimullah. And when I met him the first time in 1987, he was passing from Bombay and hardly had a stay of a day. And my brother and I said that we'll hold a talk of yours. He said, in less than 24 hours, how can you arrange? We met him late in the night and saying tomorrow evening you'll have it. He said, impossible, without publicity. I said, at least give us a try. And alhamdulillah, he agreed. And in less than 24 hours, without any publicity of giving ads, etc., which we could not, only on phone calls, mashallah, we could gather more than 1,000 people at that time. That was so creme de la creme of Bombay in one of the auditoriums. And Sheikh Didat was impressed that in less than 24 hours, without publicity, 1,000 people coming. And alhamdulillah, he agreed to come again on an official trip. That was unofficial, he was going to the village Tatkeshwar. So he came back in 1988 and we organized a tour in which, mashallah, he gave about 18 lectures. He was for a week in Bombay, went for a couple of days to Bangalore. And during this time, he also gave a pamphlet that he's having international Dawah training program for 2 months in the year 1988. He said, though the list is finalized, we have selected, I don't remember the exact number what he said, about 20 or 25 participants he has selected, everything paid for, etc. And that time was just the beginning. We did not know anything about Dawah. Met Sheikh Didat, inspired by him, but that was the beginning. And I was in the medical college. And he said, though the list is finalized, if you want, you can come. And it was just at the time the medical college exams and all are there. So I said, maybe inshallah Allah will give another time. And that time it was just the beginning, as I said. We were inspired by Sheikh Didat, but didn't think of becoming a Da'i. As time went on, and being inspired by Sheikh Ahmad Didat, I saw most of his videos, not only from the official lot, even from the unofficial lot. Unofficial lot means officially he has a series of 1 to, it was 60, then went to 70, went to 80. Then he had an unofficial lot, which I had a habit of collecting all videotapes of speakers. So we had a collection of, mashallah, about more than 300 videos of Sheikh Didat. Official at 60 that time. No, less than 60. It was 50. Then it kept on increasing. In 1980s, it was less. And saw most of his tapes. Some once, some twice, some thrice, some 4 times, some 5 times. And he was my mentor through the video. Met him a few times, but through the video. And we started repeating. And when I started speaking about Islam in the medical college, majority non-Muslims, hardly 3-4% were Muslims. When I spoke about Islam, most of them ran away, thinking now we'll be putting, we'll be attacked now. So let's not stay with Zakir. He's doing Dawah, we'll get a hammering. So most of the Muslims, when they used to hear me speaking about Islam or doing Dawah, to my non-Muslim friends, in the medical college, they used to run away thinking that he will get us hammered. But alhamdulillah, if Allah is with you, none can overcome you. If Allah forsakes who is there, then we can help you. So that's how my dawah started, and I started speaking very softly with all the knowledge I got from Didat. I started speaking softly and humbly, and I got no results. I said, what is this? Same matter of Didat I'm speaking. Why am I not getting results? Then I thought, okay, let's be like Didat. And I remember in 1988 when Sheikh Didat came again for the second time in Bombay, I was a chauffeur, I was a driver. That time I was about 23 years old, less than 23, 22 years old. And I asked him, Uncle, why are you so aggressive on the stage? And you could have put me down saying, well, shut up. But he said, son, there are two ways of fighting the devil. One is with holy water, the other is with fire. I chose the fire. He replied to me calmly that one way is to fight the devil with holy water, the other is with fire. I chose the fire. I'm not aggressive, I'm militant. He said, I'm coming from the Pathan race, I'm a mujahid. And that was the answer he gave. So when I realized that I'm not getting results, I changed my style. And there was a time I was more aggressive or more militant than Sheikh Didat also. So if you see some of my old recordings, we don't want to circulate now. You could see me with the fiery Zakir Naik, thin, few hair here. And then alhamdulillah, as time passed with experience, I remember we started the organization Islamic Research Foundation in 1991, mainly to give a platform for Dai. Then I was a stammerer. Those who know about my background, if you ask me what was my name, I'd say my name is Zakir. That was it. So in my dream, a person in his dream can dream anything. That is what psychologists tell us. In a dream, you can dream anything. You can dream things which are not possible. But because I was a stammerer, in my dream, I could have dreamt of becoming the best doctor in the world, the best heart specialist in the world. But never ever could I have dreamt of speaking even in front of 25 people. So the passion increased. And I told my parents, I was about to pass my medical studies, but I decided that I should spend more time for dawah. That is in the 90s. In 1990, just before passing my third year MBBS. And after passing your third year MBBS, I passed in 1991, there is internship. Internship means you have to serve in a government hospital for 1 year. That time we are more relaxed. So that time we started the Islamic Research Foundation. And I told my parents that because I want to do my post-graduation, I told my parents, I want to do dawah at least 2 hours a week. Because when you do your post-graduation, you have to stay in the hospital 24 hours. Maybe once a week you can come for half a day, 1 day, depending which hospital you are, what's your posting. So I said, when I come home, that time I'll do 2 hours dawah. So we started the organization, Islamic Research Foundation, thinking I'll give 2 hours a week. Parents said, no problem. Then when we started the foundation, I requested 2 hours is too less. I had plans of doing surgery. Then I said, surgery? I'll hardly get half a day in a week. In that 2 hours, I have to change. So let's do radiology. Radiology means you can come home every day. You don't have to stay overnight. So maybe I can give more time for dawah. Then I told my parents, I want to give 2 hours every day. They said, no problem. So my plans of post-graduation changed from surgery to radiology. And while doing internship, we started the foundation, Islamic Research Foundation. And then I realized that 2 hours a day is too less. Then I told my parents that I think I should give half time for dawah. And my father happens to be a doctor, a psychiatrist. My elder brother happens to be a doctor. So we are a family of doctors. We have a business. It is very lucrative, alhamdulillah. And it was a desire of my mother that I should be a heart specialist, somewhat like Dr. Chris Barnard. And if you're aware, Dr. Chris Barnard, his full name is Dr. Christian Barnard. He hails from South Africa, the same country as Sheikh Didat. And he was the first surgeon who did the first heart transplantation in any human being. And at that time, it was new. So my mother said, I want you, son, to become like Dr. Chris Barnard. So when I asked, okay, now I'll do 50% dawah, 50% medicine. And I asked her, now would you like me to become like Dr. Chris Barnard or like Sheikh Ahmed Didat? So my mother, being intelligent, she said, I want you to become both. So I said, as Allah wills.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah, Muhammadun Rasulullah. أرجو رضاك يا الله، أنت الرحيم يا الله، هبني عطاك يا الله، أنت الكريم منك العطاء يا الله، أنت العظيم يا الله، فيك الرجاء يا الله، أنت الحليم. الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال. الرحمن الستار ملك الملك الغفار الوهاب المنان المتعال.